So now we have to say goodbye to the dogs because we will now leave for Malmö. Hello and welcome to this vlog. We are riding from Copenhagen to Malmö. So, if you want to lock a Danish door, you have to put up the handle this way, then leave it and lock. That's how it works. But if you don't lift the handle high enough, then it doesn't work. As you can see, the trains are rarely on time.
Oh ja.
7-Eleven and Co-op supermarket, almost the same as in Denmark. But the language is another and the currency. So the traffic in the city is the same as in Denmark. You have pedestrian zones where every kind of vehicle is going through, so you are never on your own and always have to pay attention. The prices are easier to understand or to calculate, because if we divide it by 10, then we have the price in euro approximately, which was a bit more complicated in Denmark because you had to divide by 7.4. Sweden welcomes us with the baddest weather of the whole vacation. We are lucky to find a bar where we find some Spanish food, for example, pulpo a la parrilla, calamares fritos. I wanted to have pollo con manzana, but unfortunately they ran out of it. So I chose Terres mejor a la parrilla, and I think you will not understand anything. Look at this. Why are you laughing? There was already a thunder, but we have a fire and we have some gas. In Germany they don't have any gas anymore. Luckily we are in Scandinavia right now. Enjoy your meal, because we saw that nearby there is the Disgusting Food Museum, and there we want to go tomorrow to the Disgusting Food Museum, where you can also taste some of the most disgusting food. My food is there. This also. So that far we don't speak one word of Swedish. So I wanted to use the opportunity to speak Spanish in this bar, but the waiter didn't understand. But fortunately he understood English, so we used the English language and it was all fine. And now we are searching for our bus station. The original bus stop is out of order due to construction works, so we go to the next bus station now. So now I'm paying for a ticket in the app, and then we will have to activate it in the bus. The app informed me when installing it. Half an hour of bus ride later, we just arrived in our district and now we will search for our apartment. It's a Swedish flag, not a Ukrainian flag, but then I looked into this direction and I found the first Ukrainian flag of the day. So maybe this house in the neighborhood is occupied by the Ukrainians. The clouds look nice. And I think we found our destination. So now we found our apartment here. That's the end of our first day of Malmö here in Sweden and our very first day of Sweden also. Oh, cool. There's a separate switch for the ventilation. I like that. Our next station after Malmö will be Lund. And there is an information in the ticket app. Are you traveling between Malmö and Lund? They tell us that from September the 19th to September the 28th, there will be no trains between Malmö and Lund due to an upgrade of the tracks. And they write here, if you have the option, we recommend you to work from home or travel by other means of transport because traveling during this period can be a bit difficult. Okay, so we don't have other means of transport, so we will see. See you tomorrow. It's the next day and look at this beautiful landscape here in Malmö near our house. Unfortunately, it's not our house, we only rented it, and it's not a house, it's only a bungalow, but it's nice enough to stay the night and the next night. And look at the sea here. And some wind energy engines, or I don't know how they are called. Windmills? Not really. This is the Öresund bridge that we used yesterday by train. The trains are going underneath the cars and this bridge connects Malmö to Copenhagen since 1997 I think, or 2000 I guess. This was the last big traffic project after the bridge over the Great Belt, which connected two islands of Denmark. And before they had to use ferries also for the trains. You can see models of such ferries in the museum in, where was it? In Odense. In Odense there's a Danish train museum and there you find an exhibition about the ferries. So we finally made it to the sea. Yay! The interesting thing is that there is an artificial island somewhere at the end of this railroad bridge, and then there's only a bridge for the cars, and the railroad changes into a tunnel. They were playing a game that I don't know. They're throwing frisbee discs into that metal cage. But I think that now they are leaving for lunch, and we didn't even have a breakfast. This here is the settlement next to ours. A modern settlement. They have letterboxes. They are not that digital that they don't need letterboxes anymore. And they also have fences here in the south of Sweden. But in the north of Sweden it's said not to have fences because there is nobody who could enter your property. Here they like video surveillance. Enough of walk, we decided to buy a 24-hour ticket, which costs as much as 2 single tickets. But I don't know when the bus will come because there is no timetable here. They are so digital here that they have their apps which tell them when the bus will come. Still at the bus stop because the bus didn't come. They want you to scan your ticket when getting on and off the bus in order to plan which rides are needed. And smoking is prohibited here on bus stops, in train stations, on public places, in public buildings, at the entrances of public buildings. Sweden wants to be free of smoke from 2025 on. If you want to buy a bus ticket with cash, you have to go to the customer center or to an agent. Now the bus is approaching, so now I will activate my ticket, and then there are these funny codes changing every second. So look, there's the next bus. So our bus is just delayed and the next one is right behind. The last time I had that in Germany was because someone didn't wear his mask. It was me. And then the bus didn't go and waited until the next bus arrived. That's one of the stupid things they do in Germany. They are completely insane. This is what happens when the bus is too late. And he has to wait in the intersection. So this is Limhamn, a city center, or I would say it's one of several city centers of Malmö. It's the center of the outer districts, I guess. And there you have a lot of shops and restaurants. Unfortunately in Sweden they also have this annoying deposit bottle system. So we have to return the bottles, and in every supermarket you have to search for the corner where you can return them. We just bought some drinks at the supermarket, and the payment by credit card worked in another way that I know it, because I expect that the terminal shows the amount I want to pay, and then I put my smartphone to pay the amount. But here you put your smartphone first, and then it shows you the amount, and then you have to push on the screen to accept the amount which is shown. This is something new for me. So at least at the beginning I didn't understand that the terminal was already ready. After a delicious lunch which costs about 300 krones, I don't know, per meal. We will now take the bus to go to the old town. I think it was Krona in Sweden and Kron in Denmark. So you remember we were searching for stamps in Denmark because Kati bought some postcards, but we didn't find any stamps. So how much did you pay for the postcards? I don't know, but I know what we just paid for the stamps. One stamp for postcard in Germany costs 26 krona, which is about €2.50 for one postcard. That's for Germany. In Germany, you could send a maxi mail for this price, and even that is not that expensive. But I think that in Sweden there aren't many paper mailings, and the few they have to be sorted manually if you have a postcard, because you write the address by hand, and there must be someone who's reading, and this costs a lot of money. Look at that shit. Is it for killing every plant here? And in the end, the water is polluted. Give yourself a lift, take the stairs. The St. Petri Church is the oldest brick building in Malmö. It's built between 1300 and 1380. So here is German Beer Fest. It's the worldwide Oktoberfest in September. I never understand why it takes place in September. This is Malmö City Hall from 1546. By the way, alcohol is very expensive here in Sweden due to the high taxes. Nevertheless, there is a long queue waiting for the entrance. Here you can see modern architecture from Bavaria. And if you want to go shopping in Sweden, you should come before 2 p.m. on Saturdays, otherwise most of the shops will be closed. And from Monday to Friday, they close at 6 p.m. The supermarkets are also open every day, some of them even until 2300, so 11 p.m. You see, it's closed, the H&M shop. These express buses remind me of trams. Look at this, they have German Döner Kebab. What's this?
It's my new pet.
New pet?
My new pet.
Okay.
I take him home.
it's time to end this vlog. If you are asking what's about the disgusting food museum, we will try to see it tomorrow, because today we have the problem that we have a common cold. So we don't smell and taste very well at the moment, and as you can smell and taste some food there, it would be a waste of money to pay all the entrance fees, which are not too cheap. So we will try to do that tomorrow, in case we will feel better. We hope so. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Now it's quite cold. The sun is still there, but there is sun. The other days there wasn't. But nevertheless, in the evening in September, middle of September, it gets cold. So, thanks for joining us, and see you next time.